But first, our top story this morning. The presidential campaigns in both parties are tightening ahead of Tuesday's first-in-the-nation primary in New Hampshire.
Tonight, the focus will be on the Republicans who will face off in a debate in Manchester. Donald Trump still leads the latest polls, but Marco Rubio is gaining, with Ted Cruz close behind. And the rest of the now reduced field is busy, too. Major Garrett is in Manchester with the latest. Good morning, Major.
Good morning. The question here is as simple as it is startling. Can Donald Trump hold a lead that has for the last 2 months hovered between 15 and 20 points? 10 days ago, that question would have been inconceivable. Now it's merely speculative. Now, the odds still favor Trump, but Marco Rubio and John Kasich are closing in, with Ted Cruz and Jeb Bush not far behind. And Bush, pulling out all the stops, brought in his last, best campaign asset. Barbara Bush, a 90-year-old political matriarch who needs no introduction on the campaign trail, appeared for the first time to aid son Jeb.
Her husband was the president and her son was the president.
And my next son's going to be.
And their next son.
At this stage of his underwhelming campaign, Jeb Bush can no longer afford to distance himself from the family name.
Gloria, we need your vote. Vote for Jeb.
Diner visits are a New Hampshire tradition. So is canvassing for votes, especially in the snow. Donald Trump supporters from New York and Connecticut rushed to New Hampshire as the campaign frantically turned to voter outreach after seeing a 20-point lead cut in half. Trump campaigned in South Carolina after snow canceled his only New Hampshire event and complained he didn't get enough credit for finishing second in Iowa.
Think of it. So the person that came in third, they said, unbelievable result, unbelievable. This is a huge victory. But I came in second, and they said, Trump didn't do so well. My total focus now is on New Hampshire. And then next week, my total focus is going to be right here in South Carolina.
Marco Rubio, riding momentum from his third-place finish in Iowa, is closing the gap with Trump.
I would say to you tonight that this generation of leadership in this country right now is the most selfish generation of leaders we have ever had in Washington, D.C.
John Kasich also has his eye on second place here and could blunt Rubio's momentum if he pulls a majority of the state's undecided Republicans and GOP-leaning independents. After celebrating his 100th New Hampshire town hall, Kasich told us 8 months of grassroots organizing is about to pay off.
What drives us here is this ground game. I mean, we've built this over a long period of time. Our campaign is built on granite. It's not built on sand, and it's going to produce on Election Day. I feel fantastic.
The final debate tonight before the primary on Tuesday. Donald Trump returns to center stage, but Kasich told us the air is already coming out of the Trump balloon. That might make Rubio and Cruz the bigger targets while Trump tries to gain some traction. And Bush and Chris Christie must hope for a breakthrough moment, some fresher voter appreciation, and some genuine energy on the ground. Anthony?
Major Garrett in Manchester, New Hampshire. Thanks, Major.